Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Madam Minister. First thing I'd like to do is acknowledge that yesterday was the 100th anniversary of the 1914 sealing disasters off Newfoundland when the SS Southern Cross was lost at sea and the SS Newfoundland. A number of fishermen were lost on the ice. In total of 251 Newfoundland and Labrador sealers were killed in that anniversary yesterday. I just want to acknowledge that at the beginning of the meeting. My specific question has to do with shrimp quotas off Newfoundland and Labrador. And the word in the industry in my province, Madam Minister, is that the total biomass is down, and it's down dramatically. And the industry is actually expecting cuts in the shrimp quotas in the order of 15 to 20,000 tons. Now that creates a number of interesting scenarios in terms of how you as the minister, how your department, how you decide how to cut the quota. It's either the last in, first out policy, or you go with a new principle, the principle of adjacency, which is being promoted in a lot of areas in my province. So how exactly would you address cuts to the shrimp quota? And finally, shrimp seems to be yet another in a long list of commercial stocks off Newfoundland and Labrador that have collapsed. DFO seems, it can't get the management right. The simple question is why? Why?
To respond to your final question, your last question, but on the shrimp quota, of course we have to manage the fishery based on science, and it is concerning that the shrimp stocks seem to be shrinking. We had some cuts in Area 7 last year. Now we're seeing more Area 6 where the shrimp stock seems to be declining. So we will be having a conversation over the next week or two in DFO. I'll be getting a full briefing on the science. I've talked to many of the stakeholders, and of course, you know, the history of this is when the cod collapsed, the shrimp population ballooned, and so the shrimp fishery was opened up to new participants. And at that time, and you know, and this is well documented in letters that have gone back and forth between groups, including the union, that at that time when the decision was made to allow new entrants, that they would be allowed in based on the fact that they would be the first to go when the stocks declined. And the increase in the shrimp population was allotted on a 90-10 basis. So 90% of the increase in the shrimp quota went to create an inshore fishery, and 10% went to the existing offshore fishery. So, you know, that's the essence of the LIFO policy. It is a very difficult decision, of course, because people have been in this industry now for a number of years. The bigger concern, I guess, is that the population is declining. Now, you know, we've had some discussions within the department, and maybe science can give you something more accurate, but it does appear that when you have an increase in the cod quota, cod stocks is what we're seeing now. Those stocks seem to be rebounding. We're having a decrease in the shrimp quota. So the issue is that, of course, fishermen cannot fish the cod and sell it for as much as, you know, they are currently receiving for shrimp or crab. So there is a concern of what is happening there in the ecosystem, I can tell you that, and we'll be making a decision on the shrimp quota in the next week or two.